Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the basketball edition of the Huddle. I'm Ruth Lang here with sports editor Mike Brown, and we have some wins to talk about this week. The West Branch boys defeated Carrollton on Tuesday for their third consecutive win in their last four games. They just out-rebounded Carrollton. That gave them an edge up.
Right, the big man, Jeremy Gormley, had a good game for West Branch. He had 16 points and did a good job on the boards for the Warriors. And, they're surging a little bit. Randy Montgomery, who's a legendary coach, their new head coach this year at West Branch, is, I think, getting his team to come around to his way of thinking, which has been very successful at a lot of places. And I think West Branch is going to be a lot better team down the stretch because of that.
Yeah, Marlington bounced back from a Friday night loss to Canton South with an NBC win over Minerva on Tuesday. That game saw a lot of high-scoring individuals and a double-double even by Andrew Brady.
Right, and Brock Begg of Marlington has just been shooting the lights out all year for Marlington. He had 20 points in that game, Ruth, and the Dukes rolled 78-56. So, Marlington's a team that's made some strides this year. It could be a dangerous team come tournament time.
Alliance has beat Louisville and Northwest right in a row, and you said that puts them at consideration.
Right, they're in the driver's seat for the NBC title now. All they have to do is go down to Carrollton on Friday night, and Carrollton struggled in boys basketball this year, and Alliance gets a win Friday night. They've got a piece of the NBC title, and I think they're going to be a quality tournament team. I really do. I think they should be a high seed in the upcoming tournament draw, which is, believe it or not, is only about a week and a half away for the boys.
Sebring just took a recent loss to South Range in overtime, so that was a close game, but a highlight for them and for individual Josh Zamuda. He scored his 500th career point Friday against Mineral Ridge.
Yes, he did, and he's had a great. Sebring's had a really good season. They're still in the thick of the Inter-Tri-County League, their divisional race there, and they've done it. Zamuda's done a great job. Robbie Rouse has done a great job. They've got 4 or 5 guys who can score in double figures in any game for Sebring, so they're never out of a game. And I think they could be a good tournament team as we look ahead as well.
Sebring girls took an Inter-Tri-County League loss to Western Reserve on Monday.
Yeah.
What could they have done different in that game?
Well, Western Reserve's pretty good again this year. They've got some really talented players, and Sebring has some talented players too. But it's been a bit of a struggle this year, and I'm surprised at that too because they've got some really good senior leadership there, and I think it just hasn't come together for them this year for whatever reason. But again, they've certainly got the talent to win any game.
Marlington also took a loss, this time to Louisville, who is on track to be NBC champs if they win their next few. But Marlington put up a good fight against the Leopards.
Absolutely, they sure did. And again, as we look ahead, I think that's a team that's gotten better through the season. They've got a couple scorers there that and the thing about Marlington is they can really shoot it from long range. They've got really good three-point shooters, so they're never out of a game. Even if they're down and you get three-pointers like they do, you are never out, and you can make up a deficit quite quickly. So they're kind of a dangerous team.
Sure. West Branch rallied past Salem in the fourth quarter. They were behind. They rallied to win 38-33, so close game there as well. But that was a rivalry game, though.
Right. I got a chance to take that game in last Saturday, Ruth, and that was something where it was a game of spurts. West Branch went up, and then Salem went up, and then West Branch up, and then Salem again, and West Branch at the end. The transfer, Natalie Zukowski had a big game. The 6'4" center for West Branch. She had 4 blocks in the game. She had 12 points, some key baskets late. And the Warriors really turned up their defense at crunch time, and that was exciting. In fact, because Salem has some nice players on their team, and that was a good win for West Branch. A rivalry, you always want to win your rival game, and that was a good win for the Warriors.
Sure. And what are we looking at games this weekend?
Yeah, we've got a full slate. On Thursday night in girls basketball, Sebring's going to host the Lowville Rockets. United goes to Springfield local, and Western Reserve will be at Springfield. Or I take that back. Western Reserve will be at Mineral Ridge, and that's an Inter-Tri-County League game. And then in boys basketball on Friday night, as we said, Alliance will be going to Carrollton, and if they win, they get a piece of the NBC title. Marlington goes to Louisville, and that'll be an NBC rivalry game there. Another rivalry game Friday night will find Western Reserve at Sebring, which should be a very good basketball game. And another rivalry will have West Branch hosting the rival Salem Quakers. Other games Friday night in the boys action, Ruth, is going to be Minerva at Canton South, Trinity goes to St. Thomas Aquinas. United will be at East Palestine, and Crestwood will be at Waterloo. And then on Saturday, we've actually got some boys basketball action this week. West Branch is going to play an independent game. They're going to host the Hubbard Eagles on Saturday evening, and Youngstown Ursuline will be at St. Thomas Aquinas. And then in girls basketball action on Saturday afternoon, the big rivalry game will find West Branch at Alliance. Marlington goes to Salem. Canton South will be at Louisville. Minerva goes to Carrollton. Rittman will be at Waterloo, and Valley Christian will be at St. Thomas Aquinas. And so we've got a full schedule this weekend.
Yeah, a lot of games, but that also means a lot of coverage for you, our readers. Keep following us in the paper and online. And until next time, we'll see you on the court.